Hello, friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm Handington, and today I have another investment into the channel in lieu of the little microphone and the SNES controller that I bought for the channel, and even the microphone even before that was very reluctant in working, where sometimes it would work if you turn it the right way and not. Anyway, in lieu of the things that I've bought specifically because of the channel, if I actually turned on monetization, which I still can't yet because my father's going to be viewing the taxes and everything. I mentioned this all before. Which, as an addendum to that, I actually got a bit of money back from my school because of all the remote learning and stuff that we had done, which has been nice because I made from that a little bit more than I think I would have made from the monetization by keeping it on for the channel. So in a way, it's like it's like God saying, "Okay, well, you're being screwed over by your father, but here's a blessing of extra money to help you out," and like I can actually keep it, and like it's on record because it's from the school, and my father just. He doesn't question the school, but they say the school is more of a god to him than God. So I have been under quite a bit of stress lately, so I decided to splurge a bit. I've been spending a little bit more this year than I would normally, but just for the joy of being able to get something that like I really want. It's just sometimes it's like you gotta treat yourself, especially because I've just been so mentally fried. So I found on eBay a really good priced USB Nintendo 64 controller, because a lot of them end up going for like $12 or $13, and sometimes you might even be able to get it without very expensive shipping. And what I've also found is that sometimes with USB controllers, some person will start selling it for 1 cent and then have a whole bidding war. So I actually was able to get this for like $8 instead of 12 or 13, which I'm very happy about because it's the same quality as the other ones that were 12 or 13. But that saves me like a week's worth of my allowance. So it was when my sleep schedule hadn't been the best, and the auction ended a bit early in the morning, and I had still been up, so I got a last-minute snipe right at the end to be able to be the highest bidder right when it ended, and I got it. I sniped it, and now I have the controller. So I have yet to open up the bag. I'm not going to show you the shipping information. Let me take off the Handington eyes so this way it's a little easier for me to cut. The lighting is not the best, but I am doing this while my father is out, so I'm just happy to be able to record upstairs instead of having to go downstairs. So you gotta just count the little victories in life. When life is stressful, sometimes you get a Nintendo 64 controller. This will help me out with, like, Mario 64 Last Impact, which I have not played in, like, a year and a half. Yeah, I think a year and a half. Even though I have episodes edited back from when I was still using the keyboard, if I record new episodes, whatever past the mole episode, that's when I will have this new controller, as well as one or two other things. I'm not sure. I'm gonna see if I can get it to work for Battle for Bikini Bottom. I don't think it could. I think you probably will end up needing something like one of the PlayStations or the PlayStation controllers or a DualShock or something. But I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see if this is compatible. Oh boy. My very own Nintendo 64 controller. It's a USB one. Come on. Get open. It's hard to do this with one hand. Yee! Nintendo 64 controller! And it's USB, it doesn't go into the Nintendo 64 itself. Oh my gosh, I love the extra layer of bubble wrap on it. Ooh! My birthday is coming up. I bought this for myself since my family, my extended family, has something else planned. So here is the USB end. It seems like it's made from the same manufacturers as the Nintendo, the NES one. So I'm fairly certain that this will not fry my computer because the other one didn't. Oh my gosh, I am excited. I'm so happy, having a wonderful time. I don't know if I cut into the side of the bag. I'm too happy to care. Oh my gosh. My father's Nintendo 64. One of the few nicer memories with my father is when we would play video games together. And Majora's Mask was the first one. We would play it on the Nintendo 64. This one is not a NEX, and as you can see, it doesn't have the Nintendo branding on it because it is not Nintendo. Oh my gosh. It's got a good click to it. Yes, I know my nails are long. The Star Fun, oh my gosh. The nostalgic feel of the controller. I mean, it's a monstrosity of a controller having these... How are you supposed to exactly hold it correctly? You have one hand on here, you hold it in the center, you hold it on the side. It's like a monster claw. It's just a claw. GameCube controller is a lot better. However, the GameCube controllers have not had the incredible sale yet, and those are also rather expensive. So I haven't gotten a GameCube controller yet, which if I do, I imagine the GameCube controller would probably work as well as like the other ones, like a PlayStation or whatever. But these are special, custom-made knockoff controllers. As you can see, there's a thing here. I don't know what's supposed to go on this section. But that is there. Oh my gosh, and there's the little thing that it goes into. So the cable that it's plugged into, the cord, doesn't feel like a Nintendo 64 cord. It feels a lot more rubbery, but it doesn't... It feels I mean, it is manufactured, but it feels very manufactured. Like, it feels like it's fake, but it's sturdy enough where I don't feel like it's gonna snap and break apart. Just like the other one, the SNES controller, decent enough quality. Pretty good quality, actually. Let me rephrase that. Considering the price, it's good quality. It's like when you get a nicer TV dinner, like if you get a Hungry Man or something, where it's like, it's not perfect, but it's better. It's good. Except this is actually... The controller itself feels a lot lighter than a Nintendo 64 controller, but sturdy. The feel feels like the Nintendo 64 controller. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a little off. The buttons, spot on. The edges are a little bit less rounded. They're a little bit more crisp at the edge, but it feels satisfying. The controller, it feels a little bit loose over here, like how it's, however it is together. Definitely feels like it's lacking in some of the mechanical parts, which I imagine they do that in order to make it a little bit cheaper, for just the important components and not adding in anything else. So it feels a little bit lighter, but it still feels good. It feels like a Nintendo 64 controller. And over here, the Z button for the Z targeting, like in Zelda, that works. Oh wow, they even have in... They have in the thing for the Rumble Pack. There's the little dots here. Do I open it? Am I supposed to... Oh, I push this to, like, detach it or something. you can actually see inside. They're not too well due to the light. You can see the chip. Well, I can see it. I don't think it's actually showing up on camera very well. The brown chip, where it's hollow on the inside. I don't think it actually can connect a rumble pack to it. Oh, I didn't see this before, but it says made in China on here. L and R buttons feel good. The buttons, they feel spot on. I don't think the rumble pack actually works, so I don't think you could actually add that in here. I think this is just for show. But yeah, this is good. The only thing that feels off is the joystick. I mean, it's been a while since I've held a Nintendo 64 controller, but the entire top of this feels flat. Whereas before, I feel like it was, like, going inwards, each of the little things were raised up a bit more. So it feels a little bit off in that regard. Off. But I actually like it because it feels like my finger won't slip off as easily. Like I can push down on it, and like I won't miss. But I could definitely tell holding down in a certain direction due to just the way that it's positioned and how it's not very soft. It could be a little annoying on my fingers. The controller, it tends to reset to the middle a little bit easier. It's hard to describe it over the visuals of what you're seeing because it looks like it's just a normal thing. But it definitely feels a little off. It feels like I don't fully have control over it, or it's a little bit stiff. Yeah, it feels a little bit off to control and move, but still a little easier for me to control than a keyboard, which is something that I want. In controlling things, because I feel like I'd be able to understand the movement a little bit easier this way. I think it's just due to the cumbersomeness of the controller itself. But yeah, it works. Over here is the D-pad. This feels fantastic. I imagine it probably has a similar issue to some of these where if you push down a little bit too far on one of the sides, it'll feel like it's pushing down on both buttons. So you gotta be very certain which direction you push, otherwise it'll end up feeling like you're pushing two at once. When instead, like you push over here, and then it says that you're going left and down, as opposed to doing this, which is definitively down. But otherwise, it feels very sturdy, and it feels like it'll work. So I have high hopes for this. I'm going to test it out a little bit, which won't be on camera. But so far, I'd say this is good. This is a good controller. So if you happen to find, I imagine somebody like Inex probably makes something like this. It's good. It's an unbranded controller. I wish I could give whatever brand it is a shout out, but it not having a brand is part of what makes it as cheap as it is. So I'm happy with it. I'm happy with how it is. All right, friends, I believe it's that time again. If you like what I do, don't be shy to give a thumbs up. Have a pleasant day, everyone. And this is Handington, signing off. Bye!